Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. I am your pretty cool host, NVD. At least I think so myself. Y'all know the routine. Y'all know my slogan. If you got time for a podcast, then life can't be that bad. And if life is that bad, then you don't have time for a podcast. Priorities. Speaking of priorities, we're gonna go ahead and move it right on along. Today we are talking about partner accountability. Look, I'm sure I'm probably going to lose some friendships or maybe have to have some offside dialogue and about, you know, I felt like you was talking about me or, it is what it may be. I am very confident that at this stage of my life, I don't have that many friends because they don't value truth, they don't value loyalty. If you've been my friend for 10 plus years, 5 plus years, hell, 3 plus years, and we're in our late 20s, 30s, I expect you to hold me accountable when I am fucking up. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't just need a yes person in my life. I don't need a yes nigga. I don't need a yes friend. I need somebody that's going to check me when I am wiling and I am making poor choices that are not only going to affect me, but affect my children and my household, right? There is only so much complaining that I, as a friend, as a partner, as a family member, will allow myself to be subjected to before I start saying, okay, I'm trying not to say I told you so, but you are aware that not only I, but probably everybody else has already gave you opportunities, solutions, advice, feedback. We've just listened. At what point do you get tired and do you have to hold yourself accountable for allowing what is now an issue to proceed for so long? But then again, I'm single, baby. But I do not believe in having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. I do not believe in settling for temporary comfort, but establishing trauma bonds and creating an unhealthy environment to be seducive to raising kids. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am so glad God gave me common sense that I can look around and be like, I'd rather thug this out on my own if I can't get something healthy and beneficial to attach to. I'm not going to do it. But I also had my children very young. So I was able to be young and dumb and had some time to kind of double back from my mistakes. But it still makes life so hard as an adult because I wanted to be grown and I did not adhere to the feedback and the advice of people who had already experienced what I was getting myself into, right? So, what I don't do is get on anybody's social media platform and complain about who I continue to choose to lay in my bed with, who I chose to give my life bearing womb to. I'm not about to embarrass myself like that because what women and men need to understand when you hop on social media and you give a laundry list of negative, nasty things that your baby mama or your baby daddy possess, it is a reflection of you. These weren't just no aha, surprise, surprise red flags that just popped up after you gave this man your cootie cat or your baby, or after you gave this woman your sperm to create a baby or your wood. You see what I'm saying? So you really are doing yourself a disservice and you're embarrassing yourself because what you're letting us know that at one point you went below your standards and lay down with a dog, and now you complaining about the fleas that are itching you now? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So let me go ahead and give the backstory of how we got here. There was a video of a woman posting of Her baby daddy walking on the other side of town in snow, ringing her ring camera, basically begging for money. I replied, my granny always said, you can't lay down with dogs and complain about the fleas. It is what it is. It's black and white. It's black and white. And she was a black woman at that. So you got on God's internet. You went viral for a toxic, embarrassing stamp of being a stereotype. I'm not sure what type of feedback you thought you were going to get. Were you looking for the bitter baby mama coalition to come underneath and complain about how tired they are of their baby daddies? But you mad at me because I'm saying you are a product of laying down with dogs. Not even saying it from a judgmental way. Because baby, I'm not too proud about my baby daddies. I'm not. But what I'm not doing is getting on the internet and complaining about it because guess what? I gave them my coochie. Me. Not only did I give them my coochie, I said, I'm going to give you my coochie and I'm going to give you a baby because I love you so much. I want to be tied to you for forever. Young and dumb. And so now, when the elders be like, I'm dealing with issues with my teenage kids, I, I should have listened. We tried to tell you, y'all did, and I didn't listen. Now look at me, dealing with the consequences like a grown woman behind closed doors, making shit shake. If you lack, then I have to hustle twice as hard to come up with the areas that you lack. And it is what it is. Sis got so mad at me. She said, I need to give her the definition of what a dog is because he wasn't always like that. And I said, sis, you can get on the internet and lie to whoever you want to lie to. But coming from a baby mama to another baby mama, you chose to overlook those red flags. I'm pretty sure you're not his first baby mama. I'm pretty sure he was living with someone else when you got with him because niggas that's on top and that are financially stable, even if they hit the bottom, they're going to take care of their kids if they are a good status of nigga, if they are made from king quality. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference between a baby daddy and a father. That's a huge difference. But what you chose to do was either you got smitten by the lust of it, and that's okay. It happens to the best of us. There's a lot of us that's embarrassed about our baby mamas and our baby's daddies. Or you hung on to the potential of what this man had and you overlooked the current reality. But when it got time to procreate, what a lot of y'all want to then be the victim is you are going to wear majority of the responsibility if you lay down with a little boy who's not ready to be a man. It is what it is. And y'all know me. If you go high, baby, I'm going to go spiritually higher, but I am going to go ahead and feed you some hard truths, but with some passive solutions. All I could say was, I can help you how to do some passive income, then you could become a mompreneur. So instead of you having so much time and entertain lower level energy, you will be so busy taking care of your child, taking care of your career, and entertaining your passive incomes and making a healthy relationship with other mompreneurs that had to overcome the statistics that come with making poor decisions of who we procreate with. Um, you wouldn't even have time to entertain him. You wouldn't even be fussing about the child support because you know you made a mistake and you will be out here trying to make something shake. Oh, she got so mad. She went into long paragraphs about how much money she make as a hairstylist and this and that. And I said, well, the least you could have did was stamped your brand on such a negative video and then put your website or your work of what your business is on your page. So at least these clicks were going to be monetizing to some type of financial gain for you and your child. But no, you're going back and forth with a stranger that you don't even know over your baby daddy's poor behavior that you posted on social media. Of course, she blocked me because then I started tagging my books and things like that, trying to show her that you can really redirect. I'm not going to, I got time to go back and forth with you. I work from home. I'm working from home right now as I record this. And as I go back and forth with you, I make um a penny for every click on my page. I make a penny for every LinkedIn click, for a repost, for a reshare, for a live. So even if I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I am drawing attention to me, my brand, and my products. Because if it don't make money, it don't make sense. But of course, she was young and she was dumb and she got a lot more living. So that's how we got on that, right? But I have been wanting to do this topic for a while because I am having these repeat conversations with people who are afraid from branching out from a foundation that once worked when they were at a different mind frame, but now that foundation is no longer stable to hold them up on their higher level of thinking, right? But they're uncomfortable to separate from the other half of the foundation. So they're miserable. And not only are they miserable, they are struggling financially. Listen, my grandma told me a long time ago, and my great aunts, a man is going to be a man. Now, do I agree with this? No. But I'm saying a man is going to be a man. If he is out there doing whatever it is he needs to do, then why are you worried if your bills are being paid for, you got your own money, you got his money, the kids are being paid for, and she ain't coming to you woman to woman? Do you hear what I'm saying? If you taking care of home, then I ain't even got nothing to complain about. I have never understood the confidence that a grown man and a grown woman can collectively come together and have and go to sleep with each other every night and wake up every morning broke, struggling. How can two minds come together and you still can't figure out a financial solution? But this is where I'm going to lose some of y'all. Y'all would have the audacity to continue to procreate and then ask the government to help you take care of these kids. What are you doing? Why are you with this man? Why are you with this woman if she cannot add any value of you? And if you are the breadwinner and you hit hard times, that is when your woman should be able to step up and fill in the void temporarily to give you a safe place to rebuild and bounce back. I don't understand how people will struggle with someone. We all go through hard times. Let me just backtrack on that. I'm not saying you got a good man or you got a good woman and then y'all hit hard times and y'all thugging it out. That's a difference. I'm saying you've been struggling from the beginning of the relationship to the middle of the relationship, but you still got married and y'all struggling in the marriage. You gonna just struggle all the way to the divorce. So at least till the kids is out the house, and then both of y'all just gonna be miserable, old, and wasted your life struggling. It makes no sense to me, especially when you could be sufficient enough to survive on your own. Is it loneliness? Is it insecurities? Is it fear of change? I just don't, but I have a hustle mentality. And that's where it comes from accountability when you enter a partnership. Not even just a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, family. A partnership is a combination of two people, two entities. You have to make sure you matching with somebody that's on your level, bruh, at all times. I'm talking about what I got going on right now, but I'm also talking about what I want to have going on in the future. And if you are not one of those people that are actively talking about your future, actively planning and investing in your future, then we have nothing to talk about. We can be friends all day. We can party when I have the time and the resources to party all day. But as far as me laying down, oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. No. And if I did make that choice to lay down with a sorry man that can't pay the bills, that I'm low key taking care of him and his kids, let me tell you, I'm gonna take it to my grave. I'm not telling nobody. Won't nobody know I'm that big of a fool. My pride would not allow me to sit amongst anyone else. People in a healthy relationship, people coming over a difficult time in a relationship, single people that's struggling. I wouldn't tell my grandmother. Do you hear me? I wouldn't even tell Jesus in prayer. But what it is, a lot of people get in these relationships again when they're at one mind frame, and as they grow, the other person refuses to match that pace. So it's always kind of a catch up, and somebody is carrying more of the weight. And that's when it goes back to making sure that you are constantly reevaluating your relationship, your goals, to make sure that at every life step, y'all are equally yoked, that y'all are making no decisions out of a place of urgency. Do you think I'm about to be out here actively trying to date somebody if I know I ain't got my ducks in a row? What does it look like me trying to partner with a man who makes six figures, has no credit, his kids are taken care of, and I come and bring nothing but that? Uh, it don't make sense. It's not gonna add up. But a lot of people are afraid to do the work on themselves separately. They're relationship hoppers. So there is no partner accountability because there is no individual accountability. And y'all know it ain't me. Y'all get on Facebook just like I get on Facebook. Y'all follow just like who I follow. Y'all be seeing these people post make up, break up, make up. This is tied. He don't pay this. He can't do that. He can't. But then you right back with him. Well, he doing something right. And at what point do you need to say, I need to possibly log off and stop putting these people in my business if I'm not going nowhere? My baby mama a funky dog. She don't clean. Her drawers is yellow. I don't like how she take care of my children. And then boom, she's in the Easter picture. So what you're really letting us know is either your house is nasty and you nasty too, or you're doing most of the cleaning and cleaning, including the cleaning of her, cause she trifling and she don't even know how to clean herself effectively. Yet you went into it raw dog and had a baby. Listen, I don't entertain certain type of people, not because I think I'm too much. It's just because at no point in time do I want a certain type of woman to ever feel like she's on the same caliber as me because we are associated with the same nigga. I don't care if you had this nigga when he was at this state of mind and now he is transcended and he's at this state of mind and we have connected. You won't be coming to me woman to woman because baby, we're not on the same playing field. Do you see what I'm saying? Partner accountability. I feel like your partner speaks volumes of who you are or where you once were in your life. I was talking to this guy for a long time and he was really good with his kids, and I noticed he had his kids quite a lot. Nothing wrong with that. Do you, baby? You're a present father. Love to see it. But as more I got to talk to him, the more he had negative things to say about his baby's mothers, which was more than one baby's mom. And it was just like a repeat of complaints. They were just not up to par when it comes to matronly experience, cleanliness. So then it became to a point that I was just like, let me see these women because it at some point you got to stop putting the blame on these women and it has to be you. Were you in a fucked up space in your life that you found comfort in that? Like, I'm not, how did the dots connect? Did they just act like they were a certain way and then when you moved them in, they were something else, but you allow, I'm trying to, once he pulled up the pictures of the women, it all made sense. And then I was insulted because then it was, well, I need to see some throwback pictures of you. Now I need to know your history. Long story short, he was with these women when he was at a point of homelessness in his life. And the backstory of his parenting at this point of life was also not to be bragged at because the energy matched. You attract what you are and where you are. You were in that environment at that time and you procreated with that. And now that you are blossoming and you're learning yourself and you're healing and you're growing, cool. But you cannot shit on these women that at one point you felt they were sacred enough to carry your legacy. You can't do that. You should have led with, well, I was homeless once, and these women allowed me a place to stay. I flipped their taxes. I drove their cars. I was a stay at home dad while they did their little um little job. I'm not gonna say little jobs. They had their jobs. You knew the bottom of her feet was dirty then. You was cleaning up the house and taking care of the child then, but it worked out in that moment. That's all I be trying to say. Then at that point, I'm not even interested. I'm not even interested because I will not deal with that. I'm not. You're not about to come at me, woman to woman, and you still making 8.50 an hour. No, 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 no. You wash your wigs with hand soap. We are not the same. You don't even have health insurance. You ain't even smart enough to renew your Medicaid. Uh-uh. But it ain't nothing against you, Queen. It's something against this brother that I have reattached with. I'd be like, no, I'm okay. But then again, I am single. But when I have conversations with people who have healthy partnerships, and not even necessarily just marriages, but healthy partnerships, it comes down to having a basic, clear understanding that we are on the same page. Besides infidelity, finances is the number one reasons for divorces and breakups. So you need to make sure you understand. I'm a hustler. You need to be a hustler. I believe in passive income. Do you believe in passive income? If you don't know how to do it, I can help you set it up. What do you want to do? And if that's just not your hustle, are you able to maintain a steady job that will provide a steady source of income at all times? Not when you get in your feelings and you have an adult tantrum and you just decide that you don't want to work no more. Uh-uh. Accountability. Stop getting on the internet talking about people that you've laid up with, talking about people that you've invested in, talking about people that you once had love for, especially talking about people that you procreated with in such a negative manner and expecting that you are now going to be put on a pedestal. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Instead, take partner accountability and get on the internet and try to warn somebody from making the same mistake as you. I be telling these girls, look, baby, if you young and he old and he interested in you because he ain't got nothing to offer these old hoes. So he is a groomer, run the fuck away. If he ain't got no steady job when you meet him and the whole time y'all working, he can't keep a steady job, having a baby isn't gonna change that. If you ain't baby mama number one, don't listen to nothing that he got to say. Go straight to the other baby mamas. See how their kids are taken care of. See what they look like, how they living, and that should be a prime example because you cannot say he switched up on the okey doke when you were baby mama number 6 and you had 5 other examples, baby. Stop it. Stop it. Stop going to these women who got kids in the CPS or they big mama is raising them, yet you give them another child. Now you mad that you got to be a single father. You can't trap how you want to trap because now you got this baby on your hip. You knew what you was doing. Now y'all want a pat on the back because you made a bad choice. Accountability. Do better, do better, get better. Do you hear what I'm saying? I lead now with if you don't have no kids, I do apologize. I am not interested in having any more kids. My kids are teenagers. Been there, done that. If you have kids under 5, I am not interested because I know what comes with that. Been there, done that. Partner accountability. I'm letting it known up front. These are my expectations up front. If that's not okay with you, then let's not even go ahead and go down this line. Because I don't have time to invest in somebody. And then I find out you really ain't got no hustle. People don't do enough investigative work before they just want somebody in their bed. And that's so sad. That's so sad. So what's the moral of the story? Stop trying to dim other people's light because you have outgrown the space that they are by highlighting all of their negative attributes when you were attached to this person, because all you're doing is reminding us of what you once found attractive or who you really are or who you were. It really doesn't paint you in a good light because you are a reflection of your partner. It is what it is. We all have slip ups, we all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, you have to be accountable for your partner and who you allow yourself to entertain. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. If you want to keep up with your girl, you can always find me on Facebook and Instagram at NVD. That's ENVIIDEE. Bye.